Good day. Welcome to Nona Black TV. We'll be discussing jobs. Today, we're going to discuss the trends in the jobs report that comes out monthly from January up until June 2023. What industries are receiving growth? Tips for young people when they're filling out applications, and also letting us know more detail, kind of like what industries are actually growing and hiring. And then also, I think it was a couple of them I seen where the industries weren't doing as well. So, and then also the difference in the trends. It's good to drill down into the jobs report. You can always go to the Bureau for Labor and Statistics to get information, us.gov, and also research and find out more to get information on to drill into your jobs report. We need to know these things. The market is constantly changing. As we know, AI is impacting and will be impacting jobs going forward in the future. As you know, if you go out to any retail location, a lot of times it's self-serve, self-checkout. And in that situation, when we're using the self-checkout, we're basically doing the work of the employee that would normally be done. And you're not getting a discount on your groceries or your meal or whatever, but it's ways how companies are doing to reduce the labor force and also save costs for them. So we need to be cognitive and aware of those things. And some things or trends are just going to be happening, and they're at an accelerated pace since the pandemic. So we need to know that for our future, to know the things we need to look out for and how they will be impacting us going forward in the job market. Our skills, even in entrepreneurship, you have to know these things as well. So let's get ready to get right into it. Under the Biden administration, and we'll just start right now from January 2023, we had a very robust increase for jobs. It far exceeded the goal with 517,000 jobs added in January 2023. February 2023, it was 311,000 jobs, which brought the jobless rate down to 3.6%, which is at levels lowest in the past 80 years. So that was significant. And in March 2023, it was 236,000 jobs, which also brought the rate down to 3.5%. Wages grew at an robust rate, so that was good, but there was signs of rate increase slowing. As we know, not only being employed, there's a lot of things with being underemployed. So the wages have in the past not significantly kept in line with what cost of living is, cost of expenses, everything, of course, is going up. But there has been a focus in the Biden administration to try to increase wages, and also under the Obama administration. In April 2023, there were 258,000 jobs, and the unemployment rate declined again down to 3.4%. In May 2023, they added 339,000 jobs, and it included various sectors. So across the board, constantly what I did look when I was going into the details of the records are, of course, anything in the healthcare industry, construction, in all of those. When you drill down in the numbers, they added jobs. Jobs are being added in other sectors as well. So if there's a specific sector that you're interested in, if you research, you can find out. And it's good to know that when you're out, if you're trying to find a job, to know what sectors are really robust in hiring. And then June of 2023, it was 209,000 jobs were added. So then the rate went back up to like 3.6%. But I did want to say in May, when the jobs were added in the various sectors, Black unemployment rose dramatically. And it was a trend also into the June report of added jobs that the Black unemployment rate did rise. So that is something to keep a significant eye on, and to know the sectors where the hiring is. In that time in May, it rose from 4.7% African American unemployment to 5.6%. It's still been low, but the rise on the increase is something that we need to be aware of, cognitive of, and also to see what industries and sectors it's impacting, and to see if it becomes a trend, because it may, it's been a couple months now. So we need to watch that very closely going forward. Overall, on average, from January to June 2023, the average was about 225,000 jobs added, which is a good amount. Anything over the regular under $200,000, 200K jobs a month is good job growth, but repeated increase in jobs is also cognitive of kind of what's going on with the economy. It's a quick snapshot of what's going on with the industries in the economy. And so those are the things that we do have to watch out for and know. So from January 2023 to June 2023, so that was over 1,348,000 jobs, which is great. As you know, pre-pandemic levels, 2020, jobs were being lost at significant rates. So it's good to see the continued job growth. As I say, a lot of information is available at the Bureau of Labor and Statistics and the Department of Labor. If you want to drill down into the numbers, I was even able to see, of course, I always look and check Florida because I live here in Florida. And the Florida jobless rate is at 2.6%, which is less than the national average. It's usually pretty good opportunity here to get jobs. And it stayed steady from January to June of 2023. I also did look up Mississippi's jobless rate. My hometown, of course, is in Mississippi. So the jobless rate there was from January was at 4%, which is a little bit above the national rate. And in May 2023, it said it was down to 3.2%. So then that was falling just a little bit under the rate. As I said, we have to know what's going on in the global market. And the global job search platform said that there are 7.6 million open jobs in the U.S. as of June 2023. And there's an accelerated rate to move a lot of jobs, AI, generative jobs that are also paying six-figure salaries. So they are looking for people to come into the industry who can help facilitate the AI jobs, help get the programs generated. As you know, ChatGPT entered going full-blown. Of course, it was starting to be implemented a little before that, but they have the entry date is in late 2022. And it is becoming more prevalent. More people are using it. It's in different industries and whatever, and people are using it, whether it be in education, different things. So it is out there. As I say, this is more of a trend to the future. Some things are not going back. So we have to know those things. Even with the work from home situation, a lot of companies, of course, after plans they had farther out to do some, working from home, or with the pandemic when it happened and a lot of people transitioned to working from home, it became at an accelerated rate of having people work from home. And so those working virtually can also be cost cutting for the companies. So we have to advocate for things, for better pay, still be benefits, those kinds of things, because the companies are saving when you do work from home if they're able to reduce the cost of one main facility. And then there's different ways that, some work from home. We were discussing this at an event I was at recently. The benefits, and then there's opportunities to go. They have different sites where you can go and work. Even though you're working from home, you're able to go somewhere where there's the free Wi-Fi. You're in a more of a business kind of setting, and like-minded people who are also doing work there in a environment like that. The places are popping up, so you can research that as well if you like that. There are benefits to working from home. Of course, you can save on the travel back and forth on your car. The benefits of not maybe having to constantly be, dressed business casual, to able to do. But the main thing is to be productive, proactive, and most people are. And what they found is the work is still getting done in most cases. The work is still getting done. People are still being productive. And companies have different requirements. Some, require you to be on camera the whole time. Some do not. Some require periodic check-ins and those and that things. And you have to weigh the benefit of what works best for you and your family. I did want to speak to some of the jobs that were being added and the industries. As I said before, the healthcare industry was adding jobs, hospitality, social assistance, home health care, construction was like the lowest, so it is high demand. The bill that Biden passed that also allows for construction, improvement for the roads and things. So, and then there's strong economic pressures as far as building home, housing. The demand is great, so they are, constantly hiring in those areas, and because the demand is outpacing the amount of people that they have employed to get the projects taken care of and completed. I just want to also say that even in the health industry things, also if you're looking for a job, to research the benefits of jobs. There's an employer in our Orlando area, a large health agency or whatever, and they pay, if you're employed by them, I'm sure you have to meet certain requirements, maybe a probation period or whatever, but they do pay 25% toward tuition costs. So those kind of things, especially, someone who may be newly going, working and still trying to go to school, those things are a great benefit. So research those things and know the benefits of the company and what their criteria is to be able to help with tuition reimbursement. And most companies do have some type of that. So you would have to research it and know. I did want to speak to, in my past jobs, I was able to work in the part where I was doing the interviewing and hiring. Just wanted to restate some things that might help young people when they're filling out applications, or there's just anybody. One thing hiring managers are always looking for is, did you complete the application? You would be surprised the number of people apply for jobs and they don't complete the application. So it is imperative that you read every line block and fill it out. And if it just does not apply to you, you can put, not applicable. But to make sure your information is accurate as possible. If you're unsure of the addresses and phone numbers of your past work locations, you need to look that up prior to going to fill out for a job. Put it on a little cheat sheet, a little papers, because I know sometimes it could be a lot to remember. But you can write that down. General purposes, the month you started there, when you stopped, and the year. So they're not expecting you to say, I started in July 1st and I ended, July 31st. So what's your date? But if you have the month and the year, those kind of things they're looking for. And also, remember, there's more than one way to answer a question. So when you're going to interviews, oftentimes interviewer may ask a young person, what was the reason for the last place you worked and the gap in your work experience? And then there's more than one way to answer that. I always advocate for being honest and as truthful. But even in doing that, there's more than one way to answer the question. So when you're answering, say you maybe had a gap 2 or 3 months before you was able to find another job, or you got another job. And only if it's true, you can say, I was looking for another job. It took me a little while to find it. And then once I found that job, I started on it. Or if you were, say you're a young person and you're considering going back to school full time, you can also say, at my last job, when I stopped working there, I started back focusing on my education. I spent the time trying to get my educational opportunities and get enrolled. And that took some time and focus away from in between me, my last job, and when I was able to get enrolled in school or not. And then also, went back to find a job to help with my expenses. So there's more than one way to answer the question about the gap between one employment and the next. I always advocate, I said, for you to be honest as possible, but those things you have to know. Also, of course, we know we're in a digital age. We know they want you to fill applications out online, but always remember, nothing ever takes away face-to-face contact and hand-to-hand. If you need help with your resume, a lot of people can't afford to pay for a service. Have a mentor. Can you just please look over my resume? Is there anything I can do? Punch it up or make sure that everything is as accurate and it looks, in quality, and it's nothing wrong with a second eye. Even just to spell check someone else's eyes to look at it, double check it, and it's nothing wrong to do with that. It's always good to do that. And thirdly, of course, if you want to go for a specific industry, you can also tailor application for that. And so you can search keywords in the job description. If they apply to you, you can add those into your resume, and that is always a plus. So just want you to know some of the things that are going on in the job industry. Keep looking if you need a job. And then something I always tell my young people is, if you are not happy on the job that you're on, don't just quit your job. Days off, make sure you got your resume ready. Go out there and find you something new. Or, if you start an entrepreneurial thing. But it's nothing wrong with advancing. It's nothing wrong with also, sometimes we're like, why did you leave X job? I left X job because Y job gave me more opportunity, more benefits, and higher pay. It's nothing wrong to say, I need more income. So thank you for watching. We'll be having more videos come up. We're going to be doing one on housing. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Tell others about it. And if there's other topics that you'd like me to cover, let me know. Put it in the comments. I always go back and read and check and see the interaction with the videos, and if there's anything that's prevalent with the community. So if there's a topic that you want me to cover, let me know, or that you're interested in. We're going to research it and get a video out so we can help each other. This is why Nona Black TV has been created. Wanted to have a safe place, a respectful community where we can talk and engage about the things that are going on in our lives and affecting us. Jobs is one of those. Politics is one of those. Voting is one of those. And how we interact with our fellow man. Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of the community. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another. Hope you're greatly blessed and hope to see you again soon.